Hello everyone, welcome back to Pious Learning. We are back again with another video for class 9, that is Fundamental Unit of Life. I hope you have seen our previous two videos. We'll be sharing the link in the description box. You can go and check that out. In this session, we will be discussing about the cell wall and plasma membrane, endoplasmic reticulum and mitochondria. Please do like, subscribe and share our channel with your friends. That do motivate us to make good content and to do the hard work to come up with more such good videos for you. So without wasting much of the time, let's begin with the first topic of today, that is cell wall and plasma membrane. Cell wall is, as you know, that the cell wall is present only in plant cell. So what I am doing is I am just making a differentiating column. On the one side I will write down about cell wall, and on the other side I will write down about plasma membrane by quickly telling you, okay? Cell wall is present only in plant cell, okay, while your plasma membrane is present in both plant as well as animal cell. So this is present in plant and animal cell. Cell wall is basically made up of cellulose, okay, it is made up of cellulose, and this is your plasma membrane is made up of fats, lipids and protein, okay. So this is made up of lipids and protein. See, in the plant cell, there is a outer covering called the cell wall, which basically protect them from the harsh environment, because they have to face the rainy season, they have to face the harsh summers, and they have to face the winters as well. So this cell wall basically protect the inner cell. So this is the outer covering of the plant cell, and then comes up the plasma membrane. While in the animal cell, there is only one membrane which is known as plasma membrane, and this outer covering of the plant cell is made up of cellulose. It is basically very rigid and non-elastic. So this one is rigid and non-elastic, while your plasma membrane will be elastic and flexible. So this one is elastic and flexible. Now, this is your cell wall is basically, it is freely permeable, I will say. It will allow everything to pass through it, while your plasma membrane is semi-permeable or selectively permeable, which we have also discussed in the first video. Selectively permeable membrane means which allow few things to pass through it and will stop the flow of the other things. So that is, so this one is semi-permeable, or I can also say it is selectively permeable membrane, while your cell wall is permeable, okay. So this is freely permeable, I can say. This is freely permeable membrane, and this cell wall basically protect the plant from the harsh environment, from the harsh climate, okay. Let me now move to the next topic, that is endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is of two types. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum: smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. There will be two types of endoplasmic reticulum. One is called smooth endoplasmic reticulum and the other one is called rough endoplasmic reticulum. See, smooth endoplasmic reticulum does not contain ribosomes and rough endoplasmic reticulum contain ribosome. Now, how do we come to know that this is smooth and this is rough? By observing through the highly defined microscope, what we observed is कि rough endoplasmic reticulum के ऊपर छोटे छोटे there are few dots which are being observed and so termed as rough, might be little rough on the surface due to the presence of presence of ribosomes. क्योंकि इनके पास ribosomes present है, so they are termed as rough endoplasmic reticulum, while the smooth endoplasmic reticulum do not contain ribosomes, so marked as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. See, smooth endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes fats and lipids, while rough endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes proteins. Okay, so SER synthesize fats and lipids, while RER synthesize proteins. So this is the major difference between smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Let me now talk about the functions of endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, endoplasmic reticulum is basically used for the biogenesis of membrane. सी हमारी बॉडी में हमारे सेल्स जो है दे ऑल कंटेन मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड ऑर्गेनेलीज, है ना, they all contain membrane bound organelles. All these are membrane bound organelles. So for making the membrane, what do they need? They need fats, they need proteins, they need lipids, and all these things are being synthesized by endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum provide the basic material required for synthesizing the membrane. So that is why it is involved in the biogenesis of membrane. I am writing down the function of ER, that is endoplasmic reticulum. I'll be writing it in the short so that you can quickly note it down. For the biogenesis of membrane. Okay, so endoplasmic reticulum it provides the basic fats, lipids and proteins for synthesizing the membrane, and membrane is plasma membrane for the cell. Also the various membrane bound organelles also required membrane. So it gives you the membrane बनाने का जो भी basic material है, that is being given by endoplasmic reticulum. Now moving to the second, it serves as a channel for transporting the substance from one part of the cell to the another. Okay, it helps in transporting the things. Later on, I'll tell you that Golgi apparatus is there for dispatching and packaging of the substance. Endoplasmic reticulum basically makes a link between the cell and the cytoplasm for transferring all those which it synthesizes, because this is synthesizing fats and lipids and proteins that need to be transported from one part to another. So it serves as a channel to transport material from one part to another. For substances to the cell. Now, next point is it also gives you a basic framework to provide the mechanical support or mechanical strength to the cell. Okay, it provides the mechanical strength to cell. So that is all about the endoplasmic reticulum. दो तरीके के endoplasmic reticulum होंगे. One is called smooth, which do not contain ribosomes. It synthesizes fats and lipids. The other one is that contain ribosomes, which synthesizes proteins. Both of them helps in the membrane bound organelles. Now moving to the most important organelle of the cell, which is known as mitochondria, and also known as the powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria, which is also known as powerhouse of cell. As you can see in the diagram, mitochondria is a double membrane structure. ठीक है, the very first point is double membrane structure, the outer membrane and the inner membrane which is deeply folded, layered structure, बहुत अच्छे से folded होती है so that it increases the surface area. This layered structure is known as cristae. Okay, the inner membrane is deeply folded, which is also known as cristae, and this is one of the organelle that contain its own DNA. See, in the cell, nucleus contain DNA, है ना? DNA, which is a genetic material which needs to be transferred the information from one generation to another. There are two more organelles which contain their own DNA, and one of them is mitochondria, and the other one you're going to tell me by writing down the which another organelle which also contain its own DNA in the comment section. Okay, so do tell us the another organelle except the mitochondria which also contain its own DNA, not the mitochondria, not the nucleus. There is one more organelle which contain its own DNA. So let's see who knows. So please do write down in the comment section and tell us which other organelle also contain its DNA. Now let's get back to mitochondria. The outer membrane, this is outer membrane, then we have the inner membrane. As you can see the structure, it is deeply folded. So it's a double membrane structure, and the inner membrane is deeply folded, which is also known as cristae. Inner membrane, deeply folded, known as cristae. Now it contains ribosomes which will produce the proteins, as now we know that in the endoplasmic reticulum that ribosomes produce proteins. It also contains its own DNA. The structure of the mitochondria could be cylindrical or a rod shaped and spherical. Okay? And this is roughly 0.1 micrometer in size. So we can write down structure is rod shaped, cylindrical or spherical. It also contains ribosomes, and there is a fluid-like structure which is known as matrix. Okay, mitochondria is filled with a fluid. As in the cell, there is a cytoplasm. Similarly, cytoplasm is a fluid which is present in the cell, and in that fluid, the organelles are being embedded. So similarly, in the mitochondria, the genetic material and the ribosomes are embedded in the fluid, and the fluid is known as matrix. That fluid is known as matrix. Okay. Now let's talk about the functions of mitochondria. As I have just written that it's a powerhouse of a cell. This is used for generating the energy. जो भी खाना आप खाते हैं, the respiration takes place at the mitochondria. The digested food, the simpler substances, after moving with the blood, comes to the cell, and then cell takes up the oxygen and releases energy by doing the reaction, and the site for the reaction is mitochondria. So where is the real energy release happening? That is mitochondria, and that is why it is known as powerhouse of the cell. This is the reason why it is known as powerhouse of the cell. So functions mein what will I write? Functions. First is it is the site for energy synthesizing or energy release. So it's a site of energy release in the form of ATP. Energy जो release होती है, the currency for storing the energy in the cell is ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Okay, that is known as adenosine triphosphate, and that is why it is known as the powerhouse of the cell. So that's it for today's class. Please do revise what we have done and keep watching Pious Learning. Bye-bye everyone.